Hi everyone, so I am coming to you today with a new makeup date. I think the last one I filmed was about a week and a half ago, so I feel a little rusty. Also, in between then and now, I actually went on my big trip. I've been talking about it a lot these last few months about how I took a big trip. I'm on the West Coast, took a big trip out to the East Coast to see friends and just visit the place where I recently moved from. And yeah, I have a lot to update on. I did buy some things while I was out there. And so I'll be talking about what I bought, what I did. I finished up a few products since my last makeup day, so I'll go an update on that as well. Then I'll also just kind of do a quick update on my new, well, the beauty bank that I'm starting for this next year. Next year, I say next year because the beauty bank is going to run from like this fall to next fall. So it's kind of like the academic year more than it is a calendar year. So anyways, let's go into the updates first. Let's do the empties first. I feel like I've actually have a lot of purchases, so let's do the empties because there's not that many. Um, and I'll blitz through a few here, and they're actually not that exciting. The first one here is a pretty substantial Laneige lip mask. Oh, also, you guys, I did my nails while I was out east. My friend is a huge fan of Holo Taco. I don't have any myself, but I did follow Christine for a really long time. Haven't picked up any of hers, but my friend's super into Holo Taco. She has like a whole case of them. It's crazy. But yeah, I chose two pretty like muted colors here. They're not great on here. I'm gonna post some pictures, I think, on Instagram of some good photos I took, and plus they're starting to get chipped and stuff. But I have like the 50 Shades of Grey and the coral one. I don't know the name of it, but yeah, they turned out really pretty. Love hollow stuff, of course. But yes, so probably the one video you've seen the entire time I've posted where my nails are done. I probably won't do them again until I visit my friend again. So anyways, tangent. My nails look nice for once. So yes, the Laneige sleeping mask. This actually came in so handy. Clutch, I guess, is the word that they use nowadays, right? Because I had COVID, I was really scared of using my regular lip products, especially balms and glosses and stuff like that. Um, I looked into it. Technically, as long as you're not sharing your products with anybody, which I don't, then there shouldn't be any concern of like those germs transferring to someone else. But I was still kind of like hesitant. So I had this sitting around and I was like, this is the time to use it. Seize the moment. And I managed to finish it up during my bout with COVID. And yeah, so this one's done. And it had a I'm very thankful for that one. This is the container where I mix in my newest batch of my cream contour bronzer thing, and I did something new with this, which I'll show you in a little bit, but I am going to retire this packaging in terms of how I was using it for my cream contour. It's just messy in a jar, so I was glad I found a different solution. Also another boring one, I finished up this Almay micellar eye makeup remover pads. I use it between me and my daughter because my daughter is starting to play with makeup. And I often use a few of these just to take off whatever crazy makeup she ended up putting on herself. And then the last one here is a serum. I actually took off the packaging because like I wasn't sure. My friend gave this to me, thank you. But there was like a whole character thing on here, and I wasn't sure if beneath the plastic that the character was printed on, if it was actually a glass. It is a glass bottle, but like, is it a clear glass bottle? Turned out it wasn't. It's a white one. But yeah, I scraped this thing out and I have a little bit left in a container here. I put it in this little MAC container, but about half of that is full. But yeah, I used it up. It was pretty quick, honestly. I don't know if I posted or I don't know if I shared when I started using it, but I think it was only about a month and a half ago, maybe 2 months. It's a retinol like base serum from Innisfree. But yeah, I for skincare, like I'm never stuck on one thing, so I can never like confidently say I'm definitely gonna repurchase something. But I think it was good for what it was. I don't necessarily look into retinol as what is something that I need in my serums and my skincare, so I probably won't repurchase this right away. But um, you know, I never want to say never. But yes, this packaging is done. Likely will not reuse it, given its opaque packaging. I mean, it needs to be opaque packaging for retinol, of course. But yeah, it was a little bulky, I think, for my vanity. But yes, glad I got to try that one. All right, now let's move into the purchases. I put them onto this bag. Um, everything is, I tried to bring the boxes home with me, but I actually only brought carry-ons. And I got really like freaked out by like the whole liquids thing, even though it's like not really a thing anymore in terms of like needing to put everything into a plastic bag. It's not really a thing anymore, I think, especially with just the new technology that TSA has. But I did it anyways, and so that's why a lot of things are everything is out of its box packaging, but a lot of them I haven't even like opened or swatched. So I'll just kind of be sharing with you what they are, and then when I actually start using them, if there's anything substantial to share, I'll do it at that point. But just to share with you what I bought. So kind of a tangent into my beauty bank, and I'll update in more detail in a bit. But I'm basically taking a pause from my beauty bank and just gave myself a few weeks, including the time for this trip, just to like have full reign, not like go crazy, but I really tried to do my no buy up to my trip. And then because my friends know I really like beauty stuff, they were willing to go with me to a few beauty stores in the area. There's nothing like super unique in that area, but just to be going with friends is like really cool. I even went to a makeup store by myself because I had to do a little road trip, and I stopped by one of the outlet malls with a cosmetics company store on the way up. There's not one that's super close to me out here, so that was fun. So all that to say, let's dive in. So let's do some of the boring stuff first from the trip, and then I have two things that was more of a Franken, so I'll put those to the side to update you on in a bit here. Okay, so I think, yeah. So I finally got a good, actually a replacement eyelash curler that I think will work better for me. This one that I have here, this is the one I use every day. I don't remember how much I paid for this one. I don't remember what model of the Tweezerman it was, but I really like this one. And yeah, so I just basically bought a replacement Tweezerman one because I did try the Shiseido one, but that did not fit my eye shape. This looks more round, so I think it'll fit my eye shape better. So I have yet to try it. And it was only 10 bucks, so I don't feel that bad about if it doesn't work out for me. I think a big thing for me was the shape of the finger holes. This one is surprisingly comfortable, maybe because of the way I've used it for so many years. But it just seems to fit my fingers better versus this one's actually pretty close as well. The Shiseido one seemed oddly small. So anyways, that was like a big thing for me and a big reason why I ended up not keeping that one around. So yes, replacement. Not, it's not, I don't know if it's going to replace it just yet. This one's starting to get like a little bit rusted around the hinge. Oh, and they're actually made in different places. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this on the camera. I'll try to show you guys. Oh, sorry, you guys. All the zooming features. Okay, let me cover it up. Do you see one says Japan and one says Taiwan? That's really interesting to me, huh? I don't think I've owned anything made in Taiwan before. So that's cool. Okay, so this one's gonna be put aside. Let's see what else is kind of boring. Okay, this is kind of a weird one. I got dice because of Project Panoply. If you don't know, I created the Project Panoply, which is a project planning game based on the game board Monopoly. It's basically using the game board to get prompts, not so much to like win the game or anything like that or get money. Like that's not I couldn't quite think up of a way to do it that way. But I did get dice, and they're super pretty. If you can't see, they're like marbled and look galaxy-like, and they're just so pretty. There was other options that were really pretty as well, but this was the one that I chose for myself. But yeah, I just wanted physical dice. If you just saw my last update for Project Monopoly, I created a physical board game, but I didn't have any physical dice. I just don't own any. So I made it a point during my trip to find a game store and to try to get one. I thought I would just be like fishing it out of like a huge bowl of like dice and like paying like $1, right? Like 50 cents like for a simple dice. But yeah, they didn't have that, but they had these really special ones. So I chose this one. So hopefully you'll get to see that in a future Project Monopoly video, but I just find them super fun. All right, that wasn't even makeup related, but adjacent, right? Otherwise, I made myself like a wish list before I went there to really stay focused. Sorry, my hair looks crazy right now. To really stay focused on my purchases. For my trip, I knew that I needed new moisturizers. And so that was something that I was looking out for. I also was on the hunt for a good mascara, and I somehow got fixated on mascara fixer. Since I like my lashes to look so natural anyways, I don't need a lot of like volume, and I don't need a lot of like super like obvious mascara looking type mascaras, right? I don't need it to be like super bulked up or super lengthened. I just want to look really natural and just like help my lashes hold a curl basically. So mascara fixer came to mind. Wasn't sure that I'd be able to get to a store that had one, but I did go to like a Japanese like variety type store, like Asian variety type store. You know what kind of store I'm talking about. They just have kind of like stuffed animals on one side. They have all these like cool Japanese things on another side. They have, just kind of like little knickknacks, I feel like. But they did have a small makeup section and they featured the Clio Kill Lash, which I guess went super viral like about a year or so ago. And this is the Super Proof Mascara volume curling version. I think there's like a lengthening one too, but I didn't get that one. I don't even know if they had it. I didn't like look close enough. But my friend um looked at it and immediately recognized it as the one that went pretty viral. And so she was like, if that's what you're looking for, this might meet that need just because a lot of Asian formulas are a lot thinner to begin with. This one in particular is notorious to remove. So some people have even gone as far as getting a mascara remover, which I think Clio might have in their line. Not that I have access to Clio very easily near me, but it might be something I have to look into if I run into trouble with this. But yeah, I'm super excited by this. I am not sure if I'm gonna go as far as like decanting this like I do with other mascaras, like keeping half of it in here and half of it in a jar so that I can use it with my mascara brush and like lengthen the life of the mascara. I might end up doing that, but I only used it once. Because I would like to get a few more uses on my other mascaras before I retire those. Right now I have a waterproof mascara and I also have a tubing mascara, and neither, sorry, and with neither of them, I liked my experience with it, so that's why I am so interested, I think, in this one. Um, but yeah, so I was hoping to get at least another month use out of those two, let them hang around, and see if I change my thoughts on them, but I don't think so. I feel like an Asian waterproof mascara might be what I'm looking for my Asian lashes. Seems to make sense. I just don't know why it took me so long. I think I was just really stubborn. So that's that. And then for moisturizers, like I mentioned, I did pick up a few. I actually found these on sale at Ulta. This was for $5 and it's really nice. It's the Skin brand, which I've heard a little bit about. It's apparently an Icelandic brand. And this is just like their cooling daily lotion. So with Icelandic kelp and white willow bark. So I haven't even opened up to smell it or anything like that to see if I like that. But I am looking forward to trying it out. So $5 for a nice glass one. I'm not mad about that. And then also found this Corez one that was on sale for like $12.50. I think it was both of those, both of these were in Ulta sitting in their sale section. And I've heard a lot about the Corez brand, or I've heard about it, not a lot, but heard about the Corez brand from the Lipstick Lesbians, because they're Greek. Actually, both of them are Greek. And this whole line is made, I don't know if it's made in Greece, but yeah, it says made in Greece, and they really push like their Greek ingredients. So wanted to give this a try. It's sealed, so I can't even smell it. I mean, from the little bit that I can smell from the sealed cap, it smells just fine. Not super overpowering, anything like that. So yeah, so between these two, I have 1.35 ounces, 1.7 ounces, or 1.6 ounces. So about 3 ounces of hopefully good quality moisturizer that I was able to pick up. On top of that, I did, like I mentioned, visit the cosmetic company store. Yeah, and I also picked up some other moisturizing type things, in particular this Dr. Jart one. It's like a 15 milliliter one, half an ounce. So this one I think is just a general skin barrier moisturizing cream. I haven't decided if I want to use it on my face or keep it in my purse to use like as needed, because it's kind of like that nice size, even though it's kind of pricey for that use, but eh. And then I also picked up a little set here from Bobbi Brown. They had like their three-piece set that usually I think retails for like $24, at least what I've seen at Sephora when I last looked at it. But they had it on sale at the cosmetic company store for like $7.50. There is their vitamin enriched face base, which I like but can't shell out the full price for. And then they also have the vitamin enriched eye base, which I also enjoyed in the past. And so looking forward to using this. Seems quite large for an eye product, but it's 5 milliliters. And then this one is the it's just like their balm, and they all smell really nice. That's a huge draw for me. And it's just like a tiny one here. I think it's like 3 grams or something like that. So yeah, this little set I got. And then MAC also had they also had the MAC Hyper Real Fresh Canvas Cleansing Oil, which I actually really enjoy. I think it's made in Korea. I really enjoy, but also cannot flush out like the $41 for the full price. But they had it on sale, I think, for like 6 something. So that was nice. And then this was the real steal, I think. um, I got another MAC paint pot. If you guys know, I've been trying to use up my MAC paint pot in groundwork, and then I mix in other stuff, but that's pretty much my daily eye primer. But I've been staring at this one for a really long time, but could not put out the $28 for it full price, or even the $19 or $20 if it goes on sale. It just didn't make sense. Like, this color is not something I would use all the time, but for $7 I was like, I really need to give it a good try. This is in the shade Bougie, and it is, if you saw there, it is the like brown green version of their paint pot. And this one, even though you can see a lot of green in the reflection there, it honestly comes off really red. Let's see if I have space for a swatch here. It just honestly comes off really red brown. And the green like shimmer is not very noticeable. So I've only been able to play around with this a little bit, and I feel like I wouldn't really be able to use this, I think, as like a really cool eyeshadow. Not that I even wear really intense looks anyway for eyeshadow. I think I just was really drawn in by this color shift. I don't know if this kind of duochrome is really what I would like. I think if I ever had a duochrome, it would be like a pink purple shift, or like something more muted like that, right? Not this type of thing. But I think because I was so enamored by it, I picked it up for $7. But I was playing around with it and I was like, it could be actually a really interesting contour, especially since I underpaint. It wouldn't really actually be that noticeable. So that would be an interesting way to use this. I could definitely use it as an eye base and just make sure to like set it with a lighter color so it's more neutral. And another interesting way I was thinking about using it, not that it's safe, is actually on my lips. It's pretty red. And it kind of gives off like a grungy look when I put it on my lips. I was just playing around with it. So I need to experiment with that a little bit more, but just an idea that popped into my head. And something that I'm thinking about. But we'll see how I fold this into a project and how I end up using it. I don't know if I'll ever get to really use it up, but I think it's fun, and watch me mix it in with other stuff very soon. So there's that. And then let's see, so those were the purchases at the cosmetics company store. Coming back quickly to Ulta, which I mentioned, they have, I don't go into Ulta very often, but Ulta does carry the Win Beauty line, which is by Serena Williams, the famous tennis player. And I'm always just really interested, especially like with sports celebrities and what they come out with, because I feel like their lines are really practical, like really practical. And so when I saw this lip serum, I was really intrigued and actually picked it up full price, which I rarely do. I probably could have actually gotten a coupon, now that I think about it, but I got like other stuff on sale there, so I was like, it kind of evens out. Plus I'm on a trip, and that this is like really intriguing to me, and sometimes that type of like money saving frugalness just kind of goes out the door whenever I'm traveling, which isn't like a bad thing. I need to give myself some space to do that every once in a while. But yeah, so I've started actually putting this in my purse, and it's a super thin formula. I don't think swatching it will really help you understand that at all, but super thin formula, comes out clear, and it's really comfortable on the lips. I can't say it's super long lasting. It's not like a lip mask or anything like that. It's not a super thick gloss, so I don't expect it to, but it is a nice like hydration for my lips. All right, bring it back here. Let me show you some things that have shifted in my collection. For one, I mentioned that I cleaned out my cream liquid bronzer here, and I ended up actually putting it in my Fenty Beauty bronzing drops, essentially all over Glow Enhancer. And as you can see, this is really dark now, and it's because I put that liquid concealer in here, or yeah, it was basically like a dark concealer. I had a little bit of the original drops left, and then I think in order to make the concoction like a little bit thinner, because concealer is really dense, as you all know, and really, really pigmented, I ended up putting some of my mixer in there, which I don't think I have in front of me, but that's fine. Of my MAC mixing medium that I really enjoy, and mix it with my foundation as well as with stuff like this. And so now the color is super nice. Let me make sure I shake it up because I never quite know. Let me do a quick swatch for you. It's really thin, really runny, but honestly, for being like a cream, like bronzer contour type thing, like I am not mad about that. And I really just want to use it kind of as something super sheer, just to give a little bit more color and dimension back to my face. And so yeah, I'm gonna start using this I think sometime soon. Right now I'm using actually still concealer, but like a cream concealer, these two shades. So kind of, I think I need to experiment between the two. I don't know which one's darker, because right now I'm probably going to be the darkest I'll be for the, like, at any point for the rest of the year as I get lighter and lighter into the winter. So I'll figure out which one of these is darker just for me to use over the next few weeks. And then as I get paler, I think that these two will continue to be a good shade match for me for bronzing purposes. So those were all of my, oh, one more thing, sorry. This is not a new in by any means, but as you know, I emptied out my Rocketeur blush compact here, and it mixed it in with another blush that I wasn't using. So now I'm able to use the two together. I put it into this palette here. It's really, really sheer. I don't think I gave you guys ever like a formal swatch. It's right here. Very, very sheer. But honestly, sometimes I like, I'm using both really pigmented blushes and really sheer blushes right now, so it feels weird going between the two, but it's really nice just to be able to pack it on. And actually I have some of my cheeks right now, and it's so sheer that at first sometimes I'm like, is it doing anything? But then when I like take a step back and look at it, I'm like, oh, that's actually a really nice color, and it built nicely, and it's not like I have to go back and fix it. Like I feel like I can build it up and not be afraid of it going overboard, which is actually really nice, because the other cream blush I have is really potent, and I'm always scared of overdoing it, like I did the other day and had like red blush like up to my temples, and it was a thing. Anyways, all that to say, emptied that out. And for one, the bottom of the pan is ridiculously shiny. Like it is as shiny as a mirror. I haven't seen a pan that shiny, I think, ever. So, especially one that's large. And I found out it's magnetic. So I have a magnetic eyeshadow here that I'm not really using, but actually interested in using this as a contour topper. And it just pops right, that wasn't very satisfying. Let me do that again. Yeah, and it just snaps right in, doesn't fall out. So it's, I mean, very useful, because honestly, I was thinking like I would love to use this as where I press in my bronzer topper, contour topper, and the fact that it's magnetic and I could just pop a shade right in here is super useful. I could one day press something in here, but to have this just sitting out and have access to this is really, really nice. So if any of you have this, want to repurpose this, there you go. Okay, I think that's it for all my ins and outs. That was a lot. But let me quickly wrap up here with just a quick kind of beauty bank announcement, more for myself than anything else, because I've been kind of been slacking on my beauty bank ever since I announced it. I think about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Like I announced the end of my last beauty bank, and announced the name and my intention to start on a new beauty bank. I've really been slacking. Like I haven't been keeping track of anything. Really didn't keep, yeah, just haven't kept track of much at all. Of course, you've seen that I have some ins and outs, and just none of those have been documented onto my beauty bank. But I'm officially saying today is October 3rd that I am going to restart documenting and building up my funds towards my beauty bank. moving forward. I think it's especially important that I do this now because we're heading into, like holiday set season. I'm really eyeing the MAC holiday set that might come out. And then yeah, and also just like as I just got a whole bunch of new stuff in, I really want to make sure I keep tabs on myself to not be purchasing new stuff and to like continue to be working through things as I've gotten like multiple things I think over this last month. I think if I really did put it into my beauty bank, I'd be like very close to the negative. um, but I mean, it's been fun to give myself a few weeks break, and I think that I didn't get too out of control, which I'm really, really grateful for. Um, but yes, officially starting today, and I will start with give myself a little head start. I'll put this empty in there, and give myself the pass for the other things that I bought and that you just saw. But yes, starting today, moving forward, I'm gonna start getting back on that, and looking forward to see what kind of progress I can make. If you guys remember or you don't know, I this beauty bank's theme is going to be sink or swim because I'm actually building funds towards attending a competition for synchronized swimming, which I am doing now on a master's level. And I just thought it'd be a fun way to like try to gain funds for that, like to have some sort of goal in mind. So again, it'll be the same format where I will both be counting in empties and also purchases, towards or against my fund, and also healthy habits as well. And it'll be interesting to see actually how my habits list shifts this time around. I'm always like really hopeful and like have a lot of goals, but I think I also need to be realistic. So I think I need to shift my habits a little bit just to where I'm at right now and the goals that I have in mind. So all that to say, thank you so much for watching this makeup date. I hope that you found it interesting in one way or another. It's always a little bit embarrassing to bring in a big haul, but for good reason this time. And I feel like it was kind of funny cramming this all into a quart size bag, but I feel like I stuck with my goals and that I have products that I am really looking forward to enjoying. And I actually forgot one product. I was gifted this by my aunt actually, so I totally forgot about it. But this is a serum because I'm actually, since I ran out of this serum, I actually don't have a full-size serum. I have a mini one, but I have, but yeah, my aunt was nice enough to gift me this one. This is from the brand Wilma Schumann European Skincare. Actually don't even know where it's made. It looks like it's made in, oh, it's made in Michigan, actually. And this is her collagen hydrating serum. So I'm looking forward to using this. Right now I've been using a niacinamide powder from The Ordinary, and they just say to, use it with a water-based serum. So I'm looking forward to using this after I use up another serum that I've been pretty focused on. So that is now in my collection too. Okay, now I'm done, I think. All right, well, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Thanks so much. Bye.